So Stone Cold Steve Austin returns to the ring for the first time in 19 years. Vince McMahon must have loaded up 3 Brinks trucks with about $3 million each and said, "Here, Steve, please, come back. Save my company like you did before. Ha ha ha. I'm a genius, damn it." Cody Rhodes also got a truckload of money to come back to the evil empire and get a ton of pyro that I think is still going on to this very day, and Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch stole the show, but it was petty theft. I'm John Renton with my review of the first half of the most stupendous two-night WrestleMania in history, WrestleMania 38, Night 1. Let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. There were some great moments. There were some really, really great moments. And then there was some dreck that had no business being on a WrestleMania card. And oh boy, this is going to be fun. Also, in case you're wondering why there was no Stand and Deliver review, it's because I had to work earlier today and I wasn't able to watch that. And I'm going to watch that, or at least half of that, after I cut this review. Because who needs sleep? Sleep is for the weak. There is a lot to dive into, so let's crack on. Kayla, Booker, Steve Patrick, JBL, and Rosenberg are on the kickoff panel. Boy, Rosenberg, Walt Disney's second least favorite broadcaster, not named Sam Roberts. So anyway, based on the crowd, Vicky Guerrero, I understand, wants to build a wall around Dallas. This will not be the only joke I say about Vicky Guerrero. I wish Eddie was here, and I wish Vicky had never been born. So anyway, Maria Menounos. Well, she introduces Seth Rollins, who stole the gear of dangerous Danny Davis, and decided, I'm just going to do this. He's going to channel Crankor and just let Crankor. So anyway, who's Seth's opponent? It's Cody. All right, so Hall of Fame clips. Let's name it the Shad Gaspard Hero War. Fuck the Ultimate Warrior. I'm glad he's dead. So anyway, who the fuck is Josh Richards, and why should I care? I mean, I don't have anything against the guy because I don't know who the fuck he is. Jackie Redmond, my goodness. So, the kickoff panel was talking about When I Hear That Glass Break, and Princess Diana's family thought the same thing on August 31st, 1997. Oh, this is going well. Is Jerry Lawler legally allowed to be that close to children? Oh, it was proven false in 1993. That was the one we know about. He likes them young. It's not a secret. So anyway, Jake Paul is basically like watching CTE develop in real time. I don't know what the hell he was saying. I don't care what the hell he was saying. I think that the Paul parents should be brought up on capital charges for burdening this world with these two scumbuckets that have no business existing on this planet, or any planet for that matter. Jake Paul and Logan Paul are prime examples of why, well, you shouldn't have first cousins reproduce, and also everybody should be snipped and if they want to just produce dumb goddamn children. And that's what they are. They're stupid goddamn children. And it's just such a shame that he didn't trip and crack his own goddamn head going down there. And yeah, I'm going to say that. I don't care. They're pieces of shit and they don't deserve the fame they get. So anyway, Jackie talked to a girl in Rhea cosplay. That was some good shit. She was fired up. She did the stomp. And you know what? That was cool. And Rhea commented on that. That's some good shit. You know what? That's putting smiles on kids' faces. That was some good stuff. And don't worry, Jerry. She's still too old for you. So anyway, the New Day talk about Butch, Botch, and Bitch. Okay. By the way, their match got cut. Or pushed till night 1. Because everything went long, despite the fact the first few matches went kind of short. Oh boy. It's Madcap Moss, and he says the Andrew Battle Royal. Good, or Andrew the Giant Battle Royal. Good job there, Moss. Good job. Suspenders are cutting off what low blood flow he has to his brain. So here's Titus with some community heroes. Good stuff. Titus is a great ambassador. And they manage, they say something about Akbar. Skandar Akbar is the only person that we recognize named Akbar in Dallas. All right, so there was Brantley Gilbert singing America the Beautiful to start off the show. There wasn't a lot to the kickoff. It was a 2-hour kickoff that could have been 1 hour. This sucks. The West Texas Rednecks could have done a better rendition, and 2 of them have been dead for nearly 20 goddamn years. Whoever, Brantley Gilbert, this is Brantley Gilbert, whatever. This was abysmal. He should get back whatever musical contracts he's got because this was terrible. I can't sing, But I know I can't sing. This guy, just stop. Don't do this anymore. Mark Wahlberg intro. Well, they got Donnie Wahlberg for Mania 10. It only took them nearly 30 years to get the more talented Wahlberg there. Pyro and Snickers. Sponsored by Snickers. Hulk, get the spray paint out of your... Just let him do it. Let it get out of his system. People are just going to forget about it anyway. Cole's voice is the first one that we heard, further proving that this Mania was going to be a slog. Michael Cole is really bad at his job. He fucking sucks. Get Michael Cole out of the goddamn commentary booth or table, or get him the hell away from any live microphone. So anyway, here's the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. The Stepford wives take their hats off to you. In unison. I'm sure that they are lovely people. The Nitro girls have nothing to worry about, and WCW Nitro hasn't existed for 21 years. Pat, save us is what I wrote down, because Michael Cole was already botching and being stupid. Boog Zamora, the Killer Bees 2022 gear. Actually, it was Mike's half and harder gear, or inspired advertisement, or whatever. And why were there LED boards around some of the guardrails? Why? Why was there? So, Samantha Irvin, my goodness. My goodness. So, it's Usos versus Shinsuke Bugamura. SmackDown tag titles. Only thing noticeable, Boog suffered a knee injury, apparently a torn quad, and Nash tore his quad in solidarity. And Shinsuke had to go it alone, and we get the 1D. It's the story of their life, and they get the win. I think that they had to call an audible. I think Nakamura and Boogs might have won, but Boogs is going to be out for a while. Hopefully, back quicker. I think he's not going to be back until at least December. If it's a torn quad, he's not going to be back for a while. And that's a shame, because what else are they going to do with Nakamura? Probably pay him to go surfing. I mean, at this point, whatever. I mean, I'm not even the biggest fan of Boogs. I just hate to see that. And it unfortunately set the tone for at least the first half of the most stupendous two-night WrestleMania in history. And then the sword was named after Drew's wife. Michael Cole fucking sucks. Get the hell out of here, you stupid, worthless bastard. You are scum as far as an announcer. You are not worthy of existing in a business that you don't belong in. And yeah, call it gatekeeping, whatever. Michael Cole deserves to be smacked down by something. And I ain't talking about the goddamn show. Some wrestler needs to palm strike him to the point that maybe they knock some sense into him, or I don't know, he runs away like a little bitch and goes home. So anyway, Drew McIntyre face off against Corbin. They are feuding over a sword again. They are fighting over shampoo. This should have lasted 3 minutes. Corbin's shirt was a crime in at least 10 states and possibly 2 foreign countries. End of days for 2. My God, it's the first time anybody's kicked out of the end of days. That was a big goddamn deal. They wasted it on this match, but whatever. Claymore for 3. And then he slams his sword into the ropes, and we get a big boom and everything, and it was ridiculous. This is my boom sword. Good night, folks. See you tomorrow. The ring's destroyed. Oh, we still have more of a show. So far, so Raw or SmackDown. And seeing the Mexican-American gear that Ray and Dominic were wearing, it kind of reminded me, it's like, oh, Dominic's channeling Eddie Guerrero and also Art Barr. Oh, no, don't channel Art Barr. Don't. If you want to know anything about Art Barr, don't Google anything about his personal life. Great wrestler. Piece of shit, though. Anyway, Vicky Guerrero, I understand, demanded to see the green card status of Ray's gear. Fuck it. Gonna leave that in. What the fuck? So, they gave Logan Paul more pyro. Vince will pay for his crimes, and hopefully in the worst way possible. Mysterio versus Miz and Logan Paul. I don't care that Logan Paul was an amateur wrestler and that he trained. I hated this. It was stupid. It was one of the worst examples of a celebrity in a wrestling match. Argue in the comments. I don't care. Corey's commentary was abysmal. Corey Graves deserves to be just like taken out of like wrestling because he has no business existing there. He's a bootleg Bobby Heenan, bootleg CM Punk, bootleg Jesse Ventura. Basically, he's just trying to be everything that they were with about, 0.15% of the talent. And so yeah, they hit a couple of frog splashes. Then skull crushing finale on Ray. 1, 2, 3. Miz and Logan Paul win. That is probably Ray's last Mania match. Maybe second to last Mania match. Then he does it to Logan Paul. Please don't ever do this again. Don't ever do this again. What the fuck was it? This was terrible. I'm thinking this is going to be one of the worst Manias of all time. Styles and Edge package. They also had Knoxville Zayn package. That match is already a fucking wash. That's going to be goddamn dog shit. Stephanie introduces Gable won't take no for an answer Steveson. I don't care. He's gay on the laws. He can kick rocks. Also, Stephanie, I wonder if she has anything to say about what her family went through as opposed to what an actual tragedy that befell thousands of people. No, I'm not going to forget that. I don't care if it was 21 years ago. She deserves to be ridiculed heavily to the point she gets out of the public light. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what the fuck this was. I don't care about Gable Steveson. I kind of honestly hope he flames out. So anyway, Becky, she comes out in an SUV. Hold on, woman driver coming through. Now that all the women that watch my show, all 5 of you are gone, let's talk about the rest of the show. Hey, the hair looks good on her. I don't know why she decided to channel Joan Jett and, Joan Jett from Tron. Actually, it's like Joan Jett and whoever the lead singer is from Paramore. Ain't it fun? And then we get a marching band coming out. Shades of John Cena from Mania 24. And hooray, what the hell is this? And they start playing. I go, oh, they're doing Bianca's theme. And this is where it felt like a fucking Mania. Becky's entrance, Bianca's entrance. This gave me goosebumps. This was fucking tremendous. And here we go. This felt big. Bianca got a huge pop. Becky got a pretty good reaction because even though she's trying to heal, she's still going to be, cheered because she is the man. Or Big Time Bex. And as for the Raw Women's Championship, and I don't have money to do this. I don't have enough money. I should have probably gotten singles, but we don't have strip joints here anymore, so I have no reason to have singles. Strippers are people too. Naked people that will dance with you for a fee. If anybody gets where that's from, credit to you. This is easily one of the best matches WWE has done this year. It is right up there to me. While not as historic as far as Sasha and Bianca being the first time 2 African-American women main event of WrestleMania, while not that historic, this is a prime example of women stealing the show. Show fucking stealers what I typed out on Twitter, and I stand by it. If this isn't in my top 10 of the year, I will be shocked. We're in for a pretty good year if this is not in my top 10. Or not at least in my top 10. This is fucking tremendous. Absolutely spectacular. Sure, there were a few botches. Of course there were. I'm not going to ignore that. But this was great. This was fucking great. This is exactly what I love about wrestling. Not just women's wrestling, wrestling. This was great. This is where everything got elevated. Again, bravo, bravissimo, whatever other language you want to say. Kevin Dunn needs to go to hell for all these camera cuts. In fact, I think somebody needs to just, have him just, meet, I don't know, and like, going down the stairs, like, Jimmy Snuka got a hold of him. Because Kevin Dunn is not good at his job. He is not good at his job. He is terrible. But, his dad saved tapes from a burning car fire as opposed to a non-burning car fire. It'd be hard to get anything that wasn't a burning fire, moving on from the physics lesson. Kevin Dunn does not deserve to work in WWE, and in fact, he earned so much goddamn money. That money should have been given to people that deserved it. Like people that worked hard on the ring crew. Not Kevin fucking Dunn, the stupid Bucky Beavertooth motherfucker. Man, I hope he doesn't reproduce. God forbid if he does. Let's just maybe castrate the guy, make him a eunuch so he can't reproduce. Hopefully he didn't. It's too bad that Kevin Dunn's dad reproduced. So anyway, moving on from that, moving on from the anger, this was great. We got great back and forth trading. The submission stuff, we almost got a quick end with the manhandle slam, but they slowed it down. We got a leg drop off the ropes. We got a bit of a botch spot earlier with some near falls. That's okay. It is what it is. It happens. They recovered from it very nicely. There was at one point, Becky kept going for the hair, and we get a shot to the steps. We get a suplex on the floor by Bianca. Later, we get, just a face jam, 1-2. We get a moonsault for 2. And then the drop onto the rope. She picks her up and then just drops her on the top. Ow. It was like the Chicago skyline, except, Bianca actually is drawing money unlike Colt Cabana. And does that 450 off the second rope. Off the second rope. That's the kind of athleticism Bianca has. And we get a Molly go round, but unfortunately, Becky didn't quite get the distance and kicked Bianca right in the eye. I mean, right in the, it's like full-fledged. Her eye was starting to swell shut. You could tell. It took a bit, but it was starting to swell shut. We get a victory roll. We get a buckle spot. Oh, no, it looks like Bianca is going to get beat. And then Becky spills to the outside after taking a KOD and then spills to the outside again when she gets brought back in. And then she shoves her into the post. Manhandle slam onto the steps. Oh, no. Oh, no. Bianca's done. She rolls in barely. And she's trying to beat her. She gets her feet on the rope. She can't beat her. She can't do it. And Bianca just recovers enough. She gets on the ropes, does a backflip, hits the KOD. The crowd came up right at that point. 1, 2, 3. Terrific goddamn match. Almost dropped my notes in the excitement. Terrific goddamn match. One of the best of the year. Bra-fucking-bo. You goddamn stole it, ladies. It was petty theft with the first half of the show, but that being said, that was great. That ain't a backhanded compliment. I just wish the first half of the show was actually better to lead up to this. Had it built and built and built to this point, great, but we finally got our WrestleMania moment. And then we got the crazy cowboy choir, KKK. That's not good. Man, they were part of the Aryan Nation, and they sing Rollins' theme badly. Very badly. They tried to do 2 back-to-back type of entrances, and the marching band did a whole lot better, because they didn't have to sing. And they milked this or whatever. Rollins was like, what the hell am I going to... Ha-ha, Seth Robin Rollins. He had a lot of robes there. Tony Robbins hungry. And then we have this. We have all this. The lights go out. All this pyro, all this stuff and everything. Wrestling has more than one royal family. Thy kingdom cometh home. Cody Rhodes is back in WWE after a 6-year hiatus where he went all over the world. He became an EVP in AEW, wanted CM Punk money that he's not fucking worth, and then came back and Vince McMahon's like, yeah, sure, I'll give you $3 to $5 million a year, rumored. Cody ain't great. Let's start with the positives. Cody got a huge intro. Still has the ugly ass neck tattoo. It's hideous. It's fucking hideous. That should have been a concession like, I'll pay you $50,000 to get rid of that shit. Shit. You still want to keep that? Fine. I'm going to make somebody kick out of your finish on the first night. Ha ha ha. So anyway, yeah, so wrestling has more than one family, royal family. The crowd was into it. A lot of pyro. I think they blew most of the pyro budget by this point. From undesirable to undeniable. Remember that? Remember when they did that on AEW Dark, like briefly, and then just dropped it for no goddamn reason? Still got the stupid neck tattoo. Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. People say it's surreal. Oh my god, Cody's back in WWE. AEW fans are all upset. Okay. I'm filled with indifference. Great on Cody. Cody, after a while, didn't mean shit in AEW. Fans were booing him out of the building. He didn't want to turn heel. He's going to have to turn heel in WWE. This is going to explode in his face pretty quickly. And I don't care if Brandy's got a cooking show. Don't you fucking dare bring Brandy Rhodes anywhere near a wrestling ring. She did not deserve to be anywhere near a wrestling ring because she wasn't any good. Positives. The match was well wrestled. It's just too bad it had to follow Bianca versus Becky. We did get some good psychology and some good arm focus, and Cody got his ribs, hammered and everything. He was selling his ribs. Of course, welcome to the big leagues, bitch. That was kind of a funny line there. We did get a reverse suplex into a Falcon Arrow. After the Crossroads and a 2 count, you're getting your finish kicked out of on the first night. And Falcon Arrow for 2. Pedigree tease. Oh no, pedi-tease. That sounded a little bit wrong. Like a pedicure that's a tease. Like they're teasing your petties. Lost my train of thought. There's a good salon that'll do that in the back alley down in Seattle. Cody Cutter for 2. Pedigree for 2. No, nobody kicks out of the pedigree. And then modern wrestling needs about 509 more fucking kickouts per show. WWE, AEW, New Japan, stop it. Stop all the kickouts. Make the constant kick. It's like 90s All Japan on steroids. More steroids. But you get my point. Don't do all the kick. You don't have to do kick out. Every time. You don't have to. So anyway, he hits a bunch of crossroads, and then he hits a flip, flop, and fly, whoop, and then hits another crossroads, 1, 2, 3, and he's all happy and everything, and I'm still filled with total indifference. Congratulations, Cody. It's all downhill from here. Here's a Hall of Fame 2022 class. Rename it the Shad Gaspard Award. Fuck the Ultimate Warrior. I'm glad he's dead. Dana Warrior can kick rocks. But that's unfair because rocks are actually smarter. Rocks actually have a purpose, unlike Dana Warrior. So, Taker got his own entrance. And he nearly went full-on Heil, full-on Aryan Nation right there with his arm there at the end. But oh no, Taker, you had to remember not to do that in public. At least on this worldwide stage. Goodbye, bitch. Don't ever come back. I respect the hell out of Undertaker as a character. I never want to see him in a wrestling ring again. And I know it sounds like I was really harsh on Cody earlier. Look, good on Cody. He wants to get the money. He can do his outside projects. Do whatever. Fine. This ain't going to be any better. Cody ain't even as good in the ring as Dustin. He's not bad in the ring. He can cut a decent promo. But he's also comical in how he thinks he's a big star. He's really just upper mid-card at best. So anyway, we get a package on his training with Rip Rogers. You know that joke. Rip Rogers, by the way, his most famous thing on pay-per-view is Hawk tossing him into the ring at, I believe, Battle Bowl 93. I think it was Battle Bowl 93. So anyway, Boogs has a torn quad. He will be reevaluated in a local medical facility for that and anal bleeding. What? Wow. 77,899 fans. Bullshit. I call shenanigans on you. Just like shenanigans on 93,173 people. 60,000 is what I'm guessing. I'm not saying they don't have a significant amount of people there, but almost 80,000 people are like, oh no, that's not very good. Also spread out over 2 nights. Plus they had a much bigger stage, so they blocked some of the seats. But also the 101 some odd thousand from Mania 32 is fucking bullshit. They apparently counted every, even like some of the fleas that were there. That were probably from some of the inbred fucks that were there. Anyway, sorry Dallas. I know that you have some really, really cool people and some follow my channel, and thank you very much for doing that. But there are also, some pretty big. Maybe they counted a few dust storms outside and says, yeah, they're close enough there. We'll count them as people. Dust storms are people. Weird people. Actually not people. Dust storms can damage shit. Don't be a dust storm. Be a human. I don't know what I'm on about. Ronda Rousey is here to deny any hooks will take place and also refusing to pay trans. Will I stop saying that? No. We've got Pyro all the time, damn it. Pyro all the time. Pyro all the time. Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey. SmackDown Women's Championship match. Go back and watch this if you want to see one of the worst modern era big time matches in a while. This was abysmal. This was brutal. This was bad. They try to make it like a classic Flair match where you get a ref bump and you get a distraction finish. Okay, whatever. This was bad. You close your eyes, it takes on a whole new meaning as far as wrestling, but this was terrible. They tried some stuff. We got lights out at one point. We kept getting fades to black because people's titties are popping out. Maybe get some gear where that isn't going to goddamn happen. And that goes for the guys too. Like, nothing wrong with having women wear the gear they want to wear. Physics exist for a reason, though. And we get a distraction finish, and we get a big boot 1, 2, 3. Ronda almost had it won, but then didn't. Okay. Is there any... You know what? Here, that's all I got to say about this match. Fuck this match. It was a terrible match. It's going to go on my worst matches of the year list. When Charlotte wants to, she can do some really good shit. Or otherwise, she can just sandbag shit like this. And Ronda has not meant shit since she's come back. She had that one good year. I don't think she really should have come back at all. I mean, were people clamoring to really see Ronda Rousey return? If you were, are you happy? I'm not. She doesn't look like she wants to be there. So yeah, Charlotte retains. Whatever. Maybe we get a rematch of WrestleMania Backlash or whatever it is. And we get Roundy Rousey, as, Cole said. Maybe we get the rematch. So anyway, by the way, but Ronda is going to automatically call it a hoax. She's going to be a Mania 38 truther and say, hey, look at this. This is interesting. You stupid twat. Wonder what's going to happen when your kid goes to school. Hopefully nothing bad happens there. Or are you going to deny that happens too? You idiot. Anyway, she also denied. And man, Charlotte even hit her with a hook or whatever. And she's going to fucking deny that happened. And oh, we get it. You don't like Ronda. I don't think Ronda's a bad athlete. I think Ronda's a great athlete. It's just, if you're going to be an idiot, you deserve to be fucking called out for it. Even if it's by just a simple fan like me. Mania 39 goes Hollywood. It's going to be 2 nights. We are never going to get away from the most stupendous two-night WrestleMania in history. Pretty soon it's going to be what week is WrestleMania. People are going to have to take weeks off, or, a few days off from work just to watch all the days of WrestleMania. KO show, and it's the most stupendous KO show of all time. Okay, this is not going to take very long. He says Texas should be the ass if the U.S. was a body. He knocks Texas. Glass breaks. Austin comes down to a huge pop and then leaves. Oh no, he's scared. No, he gets the ATV because his knees don't work as well as they used to. Rides it down to the ring. It's a long way to the ring and he's 57 years old. And we get a what chant? We get a nice chat. I want to have a nice chat. What? He looks like a jackass, Well, Steve, I wouldn't want to be here in Texas. I've been here before and it's miserable. I would just move to Mexico. It's right there. And then I actually lied to you. I don't want to have a chat. I was looking for a fight. How about we have a no-holds-barred match? Okay. And Austin kind of stalls bait. He's going to have his first match. Get me a referee. And there you go. Beat up the sack of shit. Get me a referee. Austin versus Owens. And it was a send-off for Austin. He even took a suplex on the goddamn concrete. That was impressive. Now, Owens protected him, because of course he was going to, but my fucking goodness, that was impressive. That was good to see. But Austin knew Owens would take care of him. I imagine that Owens was thrilled that he re-signed, even if his new deal does not achieve nearly the success after this, as far as creatively. He can hang his hat on this. He had Austin's last match in wrestling. He has first match ever in Dallas, and he's going to have his last match in Dallas. And they go all over. They go, out into the... They go to the stage after the suplex on the concrete. Announcer tables make, punches and submissions hurt more. And then back to the ring, a stunner by Owens, but he gets a 2 count. Oh, no. And then he goes for the chair. Does he go... Stunner. 1, 2, 3. And Stone Cold Steve Austin wins his go-home match. His final match, whatever it is. Celebration. And then he stuns Byron. And for wearing that jacket, he should have stunned Graves and put a little bit of extra emphasis in it, because then maybe Graves would have realized, oh yeah, I was a terrible wrestler. I probably shouldn't get back in the ring. And then he celebrates with his brother, and that's it. There we go. Stone Cold Steve Austin has his final match in Dallas, and I bet you Vince McMahon paid him about $5 million at least. If he did, there's no way Austin did not come back for 7 figures and more than just $1 million. There's no way. Because he didn't need to come back for this. But I think he also wanted to. And good on him. He worked the style he could. Celebrated with a whole lot of beers. Owens got to have his big WrestleMania moment. And it's the only WrestleMania main event he's ever going to fucking get. And it's the only one he needs to get. This is a big goddamn deal. Is it nostalgia for, ridiculous reasons? Sure. But it is what it is. And some people in Dallas got to celebrate. There was a pretty loud crowd. Let's see what the second half of the most stupendous two-night WrestleMania in history will bring. It's going to bring us Knoxville versus Zayn. And preemptive, that. Honestly, though, tale of two halves when it comes to Mania. I would say there were 3 standout matches. Becky versus Bianca was a standout match. Cody versus Seth. And Austin's last match. Charlotte versus Ronda for the star power, but it was dog shit. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ricklin. I'll see you soon.